Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, this is a video for the review packet. I'm going to do both of these questions. One I'm going to do using the graphing calculator, so I'm going to do it graphically. And the second one I'm going to do algebraically, but I'll also do it graphically as well. So let me jump into it, and hopefully this will be helpful for you. All right. Remember, whenever you have an equation, whenever you see an equal sign, you should know that you can graph it. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to draw a line. This side is going to go into f1 of x. This side over here is going to go into f2 of x. And then I'm just going to find where they intersect. That's going to be my answer. All right, so let me do that. So we need the calculator, so let's go get it. Here I have it on the screen. Go tab. And I'm going to put in the left-hand side a -2, a -4x minus 3, and then minus 5x plus 3. That's the left-hand, whoops, wasn't paying attention. I needed to get outside of the parentheses. So make sure, and that's a good mistake to make. You got to make sure your calculator looks like the problem. If it doesn't look like the problem, then that's a problem. Make sure your calculator looks like the paper or the problem. So now that's what it looks like. The left-hand side, I press enter, and it's a straight line. Okay, I expected that. Now I press tab, and I'm just going to put in the right-hand side. It's just a -3, but that's fine. Now we can see the intersection. Now remember, the only time that you can find the intersection is if it's in the window. So for instance, if I moved it and it wasn't in the window, I can't do menu 64. It has to be in the window. So let me grab it and bring it back. So now you can see the intersection. So now I just do menu 64, start on the left. That's the lower bound, and just drag it until you see the word intersection. So the intersection occurs at a -4 and -3. We are interested in only the x coordinate. So the answer for this, if I go back to my iPad, is going to be x equals a -4. Now, if you want to check it, you can store this number, -4, into x and key this whole equation in, and you should get a true statement. If you don't, then you know you've messed up. Now, okay, so now I'm going to do the second one. Now, here's what I want you to do. Even if you want to do this algebraically, I'm going to write this algebraically. So if you see this word, that means that you're supposed to use algebra to solve it. Now, we haven't gotten to this officially yet. Some of you already know how to do it. Most of you don't. Don't stress if you don't know how to do it. Graph it, find the intersection. You will still get points for that. But we have to learn how to do it algebraically as well. So first thing I'm going to do, even before I try to do the algebra, is I'm going to find the answer. And then I'm going to do the algebra that supports it. That's how I want you guys to do it. So let me make this a little larger. Okay, so I'm going to put this side into F1, this into F2. So let's go, let's get rid of this, menu 14. And then we're going to enter, let's see, tab. And we got 6 parentheses 4x minus 3, close the parentheses, minus 10x. That's the left-hand side of the equation. Boom, done. And then I'm going to press tab, and I'm going to put in the right-hand side, 5x plus 9. Always go over to the equal sign and no further. Now, in this problem, we don't see the intersection. It looks like it's up here someplace, so I'm going to drag the window down until I see it. The other way that I could do this is I could just go menu 44, which is zoom out. All right, so here's my intersection. So now I can do menu 64. So here is my answer. So the answer is, the x coordinate is 3. So that's my answer. So I'm going to go to my iPad and I'm going to write that down here. I'm going to say x equals 3. Now I'm going to do the algebra. All right. So first thing you should do whenever you're trying to solve equations is if you have any parentheses, get rid of them first. Okay, always get rid of parentheses first. And the way you do that is by using the distributive property. So I'm going to use it. So it's going to be 6 times 4, which is going to be 24x. And then I'm going to do 6 times a negative 3, which is going to be a negative 18. And then I got minus 10x. And then over here I have 5x plus 9. Now, I'm going to use boxes and circles. So, and let me make this a little thinner. So right here, I'm going to put a box. And then I'm going to put a circle. And then over here, I'm going to have a box. And then, well, let me make a better box. And then I'm going to have a circle. And then I'm going to move this answer down so I have a little bit more room. I'm going to move it over here. All right, so now in the box, I'm going to put 24. Let me change the colors. I'm going to put 24x. And then I got minus 10x. All of the x's go into the x box, and then I got minus 18 goes in the circle. Here I have 5x, and over here I have plus 9. Now, you got to get the circles on one side and the boxes on the other side. So 25 minus 10, or excuse me, 24 minus 10 is just going to be 14x, right? And then I want to move this I got to move this 5x to the other side. So I'm going to do the opposite. So this is a positive 5x, so I'm going to subtract 5x. So that means I need to subtract 5x from this side. So I'm going to have 9x on the left-hand side. Now, I'm almost done. I got to get this minus 18 to the other side. What's the opposite of subtracting 18? Oh, adding 18. Let me change the color just to make sure everyone is good. So I'm going to add 18 to this side. Those are going to cancel. By the way, those canceled. That's why I did it. And this, I got 18 here. So it's going to be 9 plus 18, which is 27. Now, last thing you do is whatever number is next to the x, you want to get rid of it. Because at the end of this, you only want one x right here. You don't want a negative 1x, you don't want 9, you don't want a negative 1.5, you just want 1. So the way I do that is I'm going to divide this by 9, I'm going to divide this by 9. And so I get 1x, and 27 divided by 9 is 3. We already had the answer, so we know that the algebra is correct. All right, that's what you need to be able to do ultimately, but for our review or for our benchmark, if you know how to do the algebra, or if you feel comfortable doing the algebra, go ahead. But at the very least, graph it, find the intersections. That's what I expect you to be able to do. Okay, graph it and find any intersection. All right. If you have any questions, you can give me a call or send me an email, and I'll try to answer them. I'm going to end this and post it.